Hello YouTube, what's going on? My name is Dom and today is Wildlands Sunday, so that means we're going over a tips video for one of the Ghost War classes. Now, really quick, I did want to say thank you to all my new subscribers, all my new viewers. Thank you guys so much for supporting my stuff. So let's get right into the video. Alright, so anyway, today we are going over the artillery class, and I gotta say, this was a tough one. Oh man, this guy, I feel like he's incredibly underpowered in the game. I feel like there's almost no situation where you're like, oh my god, I wish I had a freaking artillery on my team right now. But whatever, these are still a tips video, so we're going to go through, and this is the best ways you could be effective with the artillery class. So the first, the biggest point I think is definitely patience. You're going to want to be the most patient class on the battlefield because you live for your drone. You really don't have any other tools for attacking, pushing, or anything except for your drone. That's what you're going to be needing the most, and that leads me into the perk that reduces your cooldown on your drone by 30%. That is the one that you're going to want to equip and leave on most of the time because it just makes your drone that much more effective. So, as far as his weapons go, he only has two options. Well, you know, everyone has two options. I don't know what I'm saying only, but his two options are the MP5 and the 9mm C7. I chose a 9mm C7 over the MP5. It's basically a decision between, do you want more damage and less accuracy, or do you want less accuracy and more damage? Now in this game, this is kind of a strange instance. I actually chose the gun that does more damage and less accuracy, which is the 9mm C7. Because I just burst fire it and it seems to do okay for me. The MP5 I feel like is just a pea shooter. It really doesn't do shit even if you are hitting people. Now also, it's incredibly important that you learn how to use the drone properly. Calling in a mortar whenever you see someone is sometimes a waste. It is best to go for scouts or targets who won't be moving, or an area that you are trying to flesh out. So for an example, if you see just a scout or some people just locked down in a certain position, you can always just call in the drone just to flush them out, just to get them out of there. And then you can get the kill sometimes, but it's best not to really be going for the kill because it is harder to do that than others. I found with the class there were a lot of times where I was trying to get kills, and it's so easy to just run out and run away, get out of that circle before the mortar actually comes in. Now, he does have mines, and with the mines I found it best just to shack up somewhere and place the mines at all the entrances, and then just kind of wait for your drone and then put that thing up and call in mortar strikes. Now, I did find that with the artillery it is best to have an organized group when using him, otherwise I wouldn't really use him at all, just because when you're going into randoms it's very difficult. But I can definitely see how he could be a good asset when playing in a group, when in an organized group, because then he's able to say, hey, I'm calling in a mortar strike on this position, you guys can follow that up and you can go in behind the mortar strike, kind of provide you some covering fire or whatever. Or if you're about to push, he can, you know, if people start coming out, then he can call in a mortar strike just to push them back. So I can definitely see how he can be a valuable asset when you have an organized team, but when you're going into randoms, there's really no reason to use him at all. Yeah, so I was reading over the description of this guy too. So in an effort to make him more balanced, I guess, they gave him less powerful guns because he has the mortar strike. But it's like the mortar strike doesn't do shit, man. It really doesn't. It's so ineffective, it's not even funny. It's just important for like pushing or whatever, but they took down his weapons to like a totally new low. I would almost rather use my pistol than the fucking weapons that I have, just because the 9mm C7, although if you do burst fire it's okay, but if you're in close quarters combat and you're holding on the trigger, you might as well have a fucking sniper rifle, because that's literally what it's like trying to kill somebody. And then with the MP5, I feel like the MP5 is just a total piece of shit. I'd rather have my pistol, honestly. But anyway, that's probably going to be the end of this video. This is a little bit of a shorter one just because I don't really have much to say about the artillery class. I just feel like he's incredibly underwhelming. He deserves a buff. We'll see if that happens. If he does do a buff, then I'll have to remake this video, and then we'll go from there. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you keep up to date with all my content. And go ahead and like this video if you did like it. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.